Welcome back, my little nightmares, and the Queen Nightmare, and I'm going to be reading the Drarry Fanfiction that has Dark Harry, which I was not expecting. If you saw my last video, I literally freaked out, and my mind was literally blown. So, let's get into it. Called Ferret, a Drarry story, Drarry Fanfiction. Uh-oh. There we go. We already read that note. Okay. No. Freaking A. Chapter 6. Feelings. Right? This one. Oh, okay. Already did that one. Oh my gosh. I don't care about The Walking Dead. No offense. They killed one of my favorite characters and then I was done, okay? I was just done with the series. Literally, I stopped watching it before they killed my favorite character, so can't really say I stopped watching it because of that. Thoughts, handwriting, parcel tongue. Okay, we already know what that is. Ron's POV. Dearest Mother, I miss you dearly. Hogwarts is good, like always. You know what I wish. Probably not. You're probably not even reading this letter. I wish you noticed me. Oof. Mommy issues. Can't relate. I have daddy issues, not mommy issues. Well, sometimes. I know I'm going to rant and you'll lose interest in about 2 seconds. Even knowing this, I still need to express myself, and doing such to the enemy doesn't seem right. I know you wouldn't understand. I feel like the worthless child. I'm the child that doesn't really matter, the one that doesn't count. Now, if I had boobs and other genitals, you would never stop praising me. That's what you do to Ginny. So, you'd do that to me too, right? Not that it matters. I'm a boy and I'm your youngest son. Do I matter to you? Probably not, considering this letter is most likely in the trash. I think the only reason you keep me around is because disowning a child is frowned upon. That, and you couldn't lose the spotlight for being the perfect little family. Is this what you call a family? I mean, we are arguing. Come on, Mother. You have to see this. This isn't healthy for anyone involved. But no, as long as your reputation is good, that's all that matters. Clearly, I don't. I'm so glad you're happy. I hope you know I'm not. I struggle with my feelings, and you don't seem to care. I can't even pay attention in class, and you tell me the same thing. It's 'cause you're lazy. Thanks for the support, Mother. I hope you know how much it's helped me. If you're still reading, stream is probably rolling out of your ears. I wish I could apologize and mean it. Just kidding. You will be getting everything you deserve. You call my birth a joke, so I'm returning the favor by calling the family a joke. Tell me, what does it feel like to be you? Is it relaxing? Knowing one day everyone will hail you. Does it feel boring, knowing you just have the house to clean? Do you feel worthless like you make everyone else feel? I have something else to say. It's kind of important, actually, Mother. I've been noticing things I shouldn't be. I don't know how to put it. I've started to notice Harry. Like, not in a platonic way. I've been noticing his boy. I've come to the conclusion, Mother. I think Ron, it's nearly dinner time. Harry frowned. You've never been late to dinner. You're right, I said, sighing heavily. Harry sat on the end of my bed. The ferret was snuggling in the pocket of Harry's shirt, looking oddly comfortable. Is something bothering you? He cocked his head. Was something bothering me? No, just stress. I lied smoothly. Noticing Harry didn't look like he believed it for 5 seconds. Ron, you can come to me. I'm your best friend, remember? He looked so innocent, sitting on the end of my bed. That sounded wrong, but I liked the satisfaction the dirty thought gave me. Ugh. I faked a smile. I know, of course. I remember. How could I ever forget? Well, you've been acting distant lately, Harry frowned. Is it something I've done? Immediately, I felt guilty. Harry hadn't done anything wrong, yet I kinda treated him like he had out over the past few weeks. I was just frustrated in general. Wait a second. I wasn't supposed to become involved and grow attached to the enemy. I put on what I hoped to be a convincing grin. Of course not. It's just I've been doing a lot of thinking recently. About? Harry cocked his head innocently. Well, I was struggling to come up with the good lie. About everything in general, about my future, about us and my family and, stuff. Harry nodded in agreement. He threw his head back and laughed. I was so worried. You really had me worried. You started to pull away from me, but I understand. I struggle with that crap too. I nodded, giving another fake smile. I know my thoughts like to run wild. Harry smiled at me, pulling me into a hug. Ron, don't push me away, please. Never again. I noticed Draco's eyes glare into my soul. Let's go get dinner. Draco's POV. Did he just flirt with my Harry? Yes, he did. I had no intention of letting him get away with that. Ron would pay. Yikes. And chapter 8. And that kid is why you don't upset Draco Malfoy. Oh boy. Oh. If you listen to music while you're listening to me, they recommend listening to Dance Dance from Fall Out Boy. Draco's POV. Harry, can you pass me the chicken? Ron was stuffing his face full of food. It was disgusting. Ew. I've seen babies and toddlers with better manners. He really needs a class on civil manners. This is nasty. I mean, is he trying to hold Harry's hand? I looked down and he sure was. He kept trying to shove his filthy palm into Harry's hand. Luckily for someone I wasn't sure who, Harry had his fists clenched. This ginger was trying to steal my man. I know that if I didn't hate Ron with burning passion before, I did now. I really hate Ron. Hi guys, Hermione said. She had on a light pink shirt with a pair of jeans. Her hair wasn't puffy and everywhere today. Rather, it was neatly braided. About time. Hello, Hermione, said Harry in a quiet tone. He gave her a charming grin that made my stomach feel uncomfortable. Oh, you're really hot right now. Ugh. Dude, go change your panties. Probably gross by now. Ron burped loudly. Hiya. Hermione. How are you, pig? Ugh. Hermione scrunched up her face. She looked back. She wanted to beat in Ron's face. Who could blame her? Though she only chose to sigh. All right. Harry gave an uncomfortable grin. He looked unhappy, though he managed to give a very fake smile. I wonder, well, like, if you're connected to the Dark Lord, doesn't Draco already have his mark with the Dark Lord at this part in the movie series? I don't know. Wait, Mad-Eye Moody, which is, I think, before the Order of the Phoenix, right? Was Draco already marked by then? Because if Draco was marked, isn't he also linked to Harry? And couldn't Harry hear or see everything he sees? And hear his thoughts and stuff? Maybe I'm wrong and I'm nuts, but that's what I thought he could do. And Harry's just playing, like, saying that he doesn't know that Draco likes him, and that's happening. That's my question for the day, I guess. Harry gave an uncomfortable grin. He looked unhappy, though he managed to give a very fake smile. I'm still trying to search up possible ideas for the first task. I have no idea what the task will be. Hopefully nothing odd. Though I have a feeling it will be pretty odd. I thought they already knew what the first task was. It was dragons. Honestly, that's probably true. Said Hermione. When will things change? Harry seemed to look at Ron when he asked, as if to make the situation odder. If that was even possible, he winked at Hermione. Ron either didn't care or didn't notice. Most likely the second one. I think Harry is trying to, like, say that, oh, I'm into Hermione. Like, he's trying to get Ron away from him. At the same time, he's probably giving Draco an opportunity not to kill Ron before everything is settled. Oh, man. Things will change, and Hermione, in a very sly voice, change will come. Hello, guys, the person speaking gasped. The only lady. Hi, Seamus. Someone did comment that they are Gryffindors. I was kind of confused. It's been, I think, a couple of years since I watched a Harry Potter movie. And I think they do mention it in the movies that they're both in Gryffindor, and but they have, like, really small scenes. And I was like, I know the names. I've seen it in other fan fiction, but I just forgot what they were. But I thought Seamus was very mischievous, but maybe he wasn't. Harry looked, Hi, Seamus, said Harry. Harry looked unusually happy. Would you like to sit with us? I think he's seducing people like he did with Ginny, or Ginny tried to do with him, and he's like, you know what, I'll kill you now. You know, the huge. Anyways, let's keep going. Seamus nodded eagerly. Wait, who's the guy who kept on taking pictures? Was that... he was like... I forgot his name, but it's on the tip of my tongue, too. Would you like... Of course, he grinned. Dean can't sit with us, right? Sure, said Hermione. She turned around very quickly, waved at someone, and turned back around. She was smiling, though it was a sad smile. Wait, who was she with again? A boy with chocolate skin and black hair joined us at the table. I recognized him as Dean Thomas, one of the social Gryffindors out of there, though he hated Slytherins. Hi, everyone. Can someone pass me the chicken? Harry nodded. Sure. Without another word, Harry handed over the knife. He put his hand down, and Ron slid his grimy hand into Harry's hand. And I saw red. I lunged off of Harry and bit Ron Weasley as hard as I could bite. I don't know where that came from either. I may or may not have broken the skin, but that didn't matter. All that mattered was the peaceful expression that crossed Harry's face once Ron let go of his hand. Me, when someone deals with my problems, I don't have to deal with it. But at the same time, I don't like it if it isn't something that's too big. Like, someone's like being rude towards me, my friend will come up in their face and like, you want to go right now? I won't be angry, but they'll take away my anger and I'll be at peace and be like, yeah, let's stop fighting, let's not do this. But if they spit on me, oh boy, you know dang well I'm going to jail. I am going to jail. Because if you spit on me, you ain't gonna live anymore. Let's just say that in the nicest way possible. Because it's gross, and I would rather be punched than spat on. Let's just say that. Because it's more demeaning. It's like you're lower than me. Okay, chapter 9. Red. And if you want to listen to another song, it's I'm Okay. In parentheses, I Promise, My Chemical Romance. Ron's POV. What the hell? My blood was dripping down my hand. That little bitch had just bit my hand. Harry, you just bit me! I was outraged and humiliated. How dare the ugly fat ball out skin and fur bite me? I was the Ron Weasley, future king of the world. Good luck with that. My sister was going to marry Harry. No, I'd marry him. I wanted Ginny dead. Well, she ain't gonna really die, but she's good as dead right now. I wanted to see her body sprawl out, blood flowing from open wounds. Damn. He really doesn't like his sister, does he? I wanted to see sunburns covered her body. I'd be the one to whom she would beg to, and I would deny her wishes. I would see what my little prince wanted done with her, and that would be her fate. Anyways, right now I had to deal with the Malfoy pest. Did you guys see that? See what? Asked Dean. He looked at me with a concerned look in his face. Ron, answer me. My hand's bleeding, I whined, and that thing bit me. What thing? Seamus looked at me with a confused, wide-eyed look. Are you okay? Maybe we should bring you to the infirmary. No, I said. I'm fine. Harry looked at my hand. He gently picked up my hand and proceeded to check it out. Ron, I don't see anything. There's no bite mark or a sign of drawn blood. There's nothing even similar to the color red. Perhaps you should go get checked out. Harry picked up my hand. I'm getting checked out. Maybe what made him feel safe and happy. Then I'd do so without a question. Seamus proceeded to do the same. I'm with Harry on this one. There is not a thing on your hand, Ron. I don't care what you thought. I won't go down by myself. At seeing all the confused looks, I said, "To the hospital wing." Harry proceeded to stand up. Harry handed Malfoy to Seamus. He waited for me to stand, which I complied with, and began to walk to the hospital wing. I followed behind him with eyes on his frame. He was taller and thinner than me. I realized suddenly. "Ron," said Harry angelically, "go ahead. We're here." He gently stepped aside and motioned for me to move onward. He opened the door for me like what a proper gentleman. "I'll wait for you back at the dorms, okay?" "Okay, all right," I said, albeit hesitantly. "Goodbye, Harry." "Goodbye, my love," he thought. Harry's POV. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. It's only a while longer of pretending to like him as a friend. How bad could it be? Well, I'll tell you, I could feel him staring at me. It's very uncomfortable. He tries to touch me, which is plain creepy. While I may swing that way, it doesn't mean I like him. He is gross and disgusting. I dreamed of myself telling him I'm going to make you bend and break. Say a prayer and let the good times roll. I would be so happy. Maybe I'd have a nice boyfriend to help me out. No, I didn't need a man to help me out. I stepped slowly back to the dorm and headed into the Myrtle's bathroom because I knew it would be empty. It was off my route, but I knew it'd be alone. Well, save for Myrtle, but she didn't bother me much. We were friends of sorts. It was an interesting friendship. I went inside the bathroom and scrubbed my hands. They were filthy with Weasley's touch. I scrubbed and scrubbed until my hands were red and pink. And yet, they still didn't feel clean. I eventually dried my hands off, shutting off the water, hesitating more than I'd like to admit about continuing to scrub my hands. I looked into the mirror and thought of him trying to hold my hands. And eventually I couldn't help it. I began to cry. Why couldn't I get a break? Was it because of my parents? What did James and Tom do that was so bad that impacted their children? Why was Ron obsessed with me? I eventually slumped down next to the sink and continuing to cry silently. Ron was telling Madame Pomfrey and how Malfoy tried to rip off his arm and eat it with his fruit. She gave him an odd look before giving him a bottle. Who would want to eat a Weasley? Thought Madame Pomfrey. She took a spoon and deeply contemplating stabbing Ron with it. Oh my gosh, Madame Pomfrey's in on it too. I don't think anyone likes the Weasleys. They try to portray a good family and everyone's just like, we know you full of shit. That's all. Instead, she measured out some of the medicine and gave him the spoonful. She watched him drink this medicine and smiled at him. Is it helping? Yes, said Ron. You're a miracle worker. Of course I am, said Poppy. Walking off, she chuckled under her breath. That's one dumb boy. I knew Malfoy didn't bite him. Plain water doesn't usually help bites. Poppy went in her office and quickly walked back out, realizing Ron was still there. Ron, you are free to go back to your common room. But Ron wasn't going to pull that bull with her. She was done with him. Ron, go. The medicine has worked its course, It requires rest, which I'm sure you can get plenty in your dorm. She smiled at him as she walked to the door and escorted him out. She sighed after he was gone. Oh, I hate him. No one likes these Weasleys. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but... Never thought of that. She walked back into her office. She closed her office door and opened the secret portrait that led to her room. Not even Dumbledore knew about this room. Then again, Poppy never flaunted information about her personal life around. Her room was interesting. There was a white closet filled with dresses of different assortments. In the middle of the room, there was a bed with a plain black quilt upon it, visible because her bed was neatly made. On the wall opposite of the end of the bed, a white vanity sat. Makeup tools to apply the makeup, perfumes, a curling iron, and a straightener sat neatly on the top. There was a picture of her and the love of her life in the mirror of the vanity. On the wall of the with the fireplace, there was a door that led to the bathroom, a sink, shower, and toilet. It even had a cupboard on the wall. She shredded her fake appearance and stared at herself in the mirror. Her long golden curls fell freely down her back. Her warm gray eyes stared back in the mirror. Her young face was wrinkle-free. Unlike the mask she was forced to wear, her body wasn't full of wrinkles. Unlike that dumb costume she was wearing. She threw off her nurse outfit. While Poppy truly was a nurse, she wasn't old, like everyone believed her to be, save for her lord, the Death Eaters, and her lover. She put the pair of pajamas on and stared at the photo before going to sleep. I love you, and I know we will be reunited again. After Harry begins the whole scheme, his father, our Lord, will save everyone who is imprisoned. Oh, how I love you, Rabashton. I don't know if they're trying to say it with a sten, like a stein. Is that what it is? Have you ever heard of Rammstein? It's a German group, which is really good if you like some rock and roll. Real quick, what band do you really... Okay, this is like author's note, I guess. I'll leave a list and a comment on whatever band you like. I can comment on more than one. I'm just trying to get a rough idea for music videos in the future. Okay, Chapter 10. Ooh, the Dream Woman. Ooh, scary. Ooh, Blaze's POV. Yes, please. You don't have to kill Ron. Just give him to Blaze and let them like turn Ron into an evil dude and get away from Harry. That's all I want. And then like him turn against his mother and then just become evil with Blaze and then just have some freaky shit in there. I don't care. I just want them to be together. Chapter 10. The Dream Woman. Tiffany Blues. Weird way to say blues, but Fall Out Boy. That's a song to be playing while you're listening to this. Blaze's POV. I know. I surprised myself with this idea. That was from the author. The mirror is both my best friend and my worst enemy. The mirror holds some of the deepest secrets. Yet it gives me the plain and ugly truth. The mirror shows my flawless chocolate-covered skin, which adds to what my mother calls our beautiful family heritage. It shows my eyes that appear innocent under the right sort of lighting, the mirror showed an image that many would kill for. Yet the same mirror showed me terrible things. The mirror showed me my stretched marks. Too many to even try and count. It showed my pointedness of my teeth, showing that it was closer to coming. On my back, the mirror showed the beginning formation of my wings. Is he a demon? The mirror showed me the undeniable truth. I was a Vila, and I was royally screwed. Fun! We love a Vila, which is pretty much mating season. I wonder who else is a Vila. Ooh, this is going to be good, because a Snary story was based on a Vila. If you remember that, if anyone was listen to that. If you did, let me know. Why? Well, I was into guys, and it was perfectly fine by both Vila standards, my family's standards. But the issue was that I had no idea what male could be my mate, or where to even begin searching. There's not a library book you can look in, if only. I would wait until I made my full inheritance and then begin. But I know war is slowly looming over us, and I need to know where my mate stands. I won't stand for Dumbledore. Damn right! Sorry. I'm so rooting for Voldemort because Dumbledore's, side sucks. Ugh, these characters for Dumbledore suck. Okay, I know it wasn't Draco. Mother said she saw a very interesting future for him and Harry Potter being together. Mom would know since she had seer's blood. And honestly, Potter can have him. As much as I love Draco in a weird brotherly way, I don't think I could stand dealing with his constant whining 24/7. Potter's probably relaxed enough to spoil Draco and give Draco the right amount of everything that he needed. Definitely not Theodore Note. That's his name. It's Theo. Theo's the one who takes a lot of pictures, isn't he? Theo was as straight as a ruler, which I respect. Besides, I'm not slightly even attracted to him. Half the time. I can barely tolerate him as a friend. Hooray! What a lucky girl to get that prize. Honestly, I had no idea, unless, of course, my mate was enrolled in a school that wasn't Hogwarts. That was possible, yet I doubted it. The twinge in my gut said otherwise. I continued to undo my bed. To get into my bed. I was like, what the heck is undo my bed? Get into my bed. I needed to sleep. My mind was overworking itself again, and my thoughts were starting to blur together. Immediately after I finished undoing my bed. Do people say that? Undoing my bed? I curled up in the bed, my warm blankets covering my body. Without further ado, I fell asleep. Okay, this is in his dream. All around me was pure darkness. Everything was pitch black and seemingly shapeless. Wherever I was, smelled faintly of cheap perfume and even cheaper cleaner. In the middle of the darkness, a bright white light began to glow. Unlike what I would have liked, the light felt anything but heavenly. It felt more like a sinister light. That is the last thing you see before passing out in the murderer's reigns. Oddly enough, I couldn't stop moving towards the light. It was like I was being hypnotized. I looked around, seeing no source that was causing my anxiety to rise. Yet the closer I got to the light, the worse that feeling got. Eventually, it felt like I felt like I was deep underwater. My lungs were filling up with dirty water. "Hello, dear." A raspy voice called out to me, and it sounded like one of the scary witches that worked at the Nocturnally. "I'm Shoo!" A woman's voice made the owner of the raspy voice flee. The woman's voice was different. It was heavenly and sweet sounding, like the voice of a very beautiful, kind model. "Hello?" Though the voice sounded sweet, I couldn't immediately trust the owner of the voice. It could be anything trying to trick me into handing over my trust. "Don't worry, my dear. I'm here to help you." The woman stepped under the light. She had wavy black hair that went to her shoulders, held back from her face flawlessly, with only one single barrette. She was moderately thin, though she didn't look sick or anything like that. It was quite the opposite, actually. Her fair skin seemed to glimmer under the bright light, her eyes filled with emotion. She was wearing a plain pink shirt and jeans, which she looked oddly stunning in. Who are you?" She smiled, looking at me like people looked at cute puppies. "Don't worry, my dear. There will be plenty of time for questions later." She turned, her clothing turning into a long pink robe-like object. "As you may have noticed, bad things are coming." That was true. I'd been noticing how everyone has been acting strangely recently. At first, I thought it was simply overthinking things, but even then, things were still odd. People whispered more now and gave each other more mean and dirty looks than ever. "That's fair." She continued to walk. "I wish I could tell you everything will be great for you, but I'd be lying. Your journey will be long and hard. Finding your mate will not be easy, and neither will loving them. It won't be a perfect relationship, at least in the beginning. But in the end, it will be all worth it." I nodded unsurely. Who'd you say you were again?" She laughed and showing off her, son of a booby. I don't know if I said poopy or booby. Sorry, I don't even know what I said. I thought I was saying poopy, but then it sounded like booby at the same time. Get out of my screen. I want to go back. Urgh. Fight you over this. She laughed, showing off her pretty white teeth. "I didn't say, dear. And you must not concern yourself with it, dear. When timing is perfect, I will tell you." Her smile began to dim, and she began to fade. "I must go. You're beginning to wake up. I woke up just like the lady predicted. But who was she? Author's note. Here's an early day Valentine's gift. Love you all. Aw, that's so sweet. Now go to the next fucking chapter. Yes, I swore. I'm peed off. I want to strangle my phone. I'm at those days. Okay, we have plenty of time. Chapter 11. Ron Weasley is in deep trouble. Ooh, we love that. Sorry, I don't know why. Usually, if someone didn't understand this series and they heard that title, why would you be happy that Ron Weasley's in deep trouble? You haven't met this Ron Weasley. I wonder if this could be a multi-universe. thing that different universes is going at different times, and every fan fiction is just different universes. Blows your mind, doesn't it? Alpha Dog, Fall Out Boy is the next song to listen. Draco's POV. I'm worried about Harry. I know I'm not supposed to, of course, but I can't help it. Every instinct in me is screaming to climb the tallest tower and look for him. I couldn't miss his purely gorgeous face in a crowd. And trust me, how could one scan over him in a crowd full of people? Did people not see his beautiful, regal face? Did they not see his bright emerald eyes flecked with hints of dark caramel color? Ooh, that's nice. Sorry, I'm just imagining a person's eye with like golden flecks of caramel color, with the green caramel with flecks of. Nice. I like that. I like the description. Did they not see his perfect, beautiful smile? How could one ever think of him as ordinary? Getting a little bit yondery here, boy. What scared me is how suddenly I began to notice this. Last month, I wouldn't have noticed that the way that Harry's jawline looked, so softly yet so oddly shaped in a unique way. Sharp in a unique way. And the color of his lips, a pink so pale and unique that I'd never seen it before. Harry, where were you? One of the other Gryffindors stood up. Ah, yes, Fireboy. Seamus. I'm fine, Seamus, just really tired, said Harry, his tone saying clearly not to push it. His arms were wrapped tightly around his thin frame, like he was hugging himself. Dean stood up, the mattress squeaking from the loss of his weight. Harry, you should probably go brush your teeth. I'll make sure the dorm is silenced. Neville smiled goofily at Harry. And I'll undo your bed. You look exhausted, man. Undo your bed. I've never heard of that term. Is this a normal term in other parts of the world? Because I've never heard of undoing your bed. Is this... Let me know. You look exhausted, man. It's good. I have a few It's all good. I have a few papers I have to finish. Harry ruffled his hair, but I'm going to brush my teeth and use the bathroom. Harry, homework can wait. Dean crossing his arms over his chest. Not for Snape, it can't, argued Harry, sighing. You know what happened last time. Even if I feel like crap, you know what, I'm saying it. Even if I feel like shit, it has to be done. Besides, I've been procrastinating, so it's my fault anyways. What happened last time? I'm still undoing your bed for you, Neville said with a smile. Thanks, guys. You're the best male friends a guy can have. Harry hugged each one of them. He headed off to the bathroom, his steps slow and steady. After he was out of earshot, the conversation spiked immediately. I'm worried, said Neville. He began to undo Harry's bed immediately, like he promised. Oh, Neville's always the nice guy who does it. But then again, he knows the secret of who Harry really is. But at least he's nice about it. Like, he's like, I'll do it for you. And he still smiles and is really sweet. You know what? I don't think I've ever heard of a story with Neville being a really bad dude. Because Neville, you can never be mad at Neville. Neville's amazing. And he's adorable, too. Am I wrong? Okay. Sorry. I had to say it. Like he promised. Ron has been trying to I screw Harry for the past couple of days. Harry's clearly uncomfortable. Dean nodded. I know, and I don't mean to alarm you, but Ron has pictures of Harry under his pillow. Remind you, this is the POV of Draco. What? Neville gagged. The hell? Tell me you destroyed them. Seamus nodded. I did it and made it look like the House Elves did it. Dean was so disgusted that he couldn't even look at some of them. But I realized that someone had to do it. What type of photos? Neville's face paled like he was afraid of the possibilities. Ron creeped into bed with Harry and takes photos of himself lying next to Harry. Harry wasn't awake in many of the photos, and when he was, I think he had no idea he was getting his photograph taken. Oh, so he can go to jail for them if he used them as evidence, which he should have. Dean shuddered. But one stood out. Harry was lying on a bed asleep. He was sleeping on his stomach, and Ginny was trying to lick his face. Ugh. Is that a thing? Does that turn people on to lick people's faces? That's gross. I see why Potter wanted her gone. Same. Why aren't any of them calling Ginny a fucking disgusting pig? Ron's a creep, Seamus shuddered. I'm having a letter sent to Hermione through an owl, since Ron's not so controlling over her. Neville snorted. Weirdo. I'll send the message to the Hufflepuffs. Once they're on board, and the Slytherins and Ravenclaws will be more on board, the Puffs are the more peaceful ones, so once they're upset, everyone knows it has to be bad. Dean nodded approvingly. You know, it's just Ron and Ginny that act like rabid wolves. Neville sighed. Don't insult the rabid wolves. They probably have more class and manners. No kidding, said Seamus, frowning. And I never wanted to bite Weasley more than when he came in. Harry was a kind, generally loving person who may have held a slight prejudice against Slytherin, but he wasn't cruel or mean. Well, wait a minute. He got revenge, so it's kind of mean what he did to Ginny, but she had it coming. Am I wrong? Okay. And he kind of wanted to kill a couple of them. Don't blame him. Why would anyone target him if they know who he truly was? I think Seamus and Dean know who he is because they were kind of hinting at him a little bit and being kind of funny, and they were kind of backing him up a little bit, which kind of felt like they were his minions and they were supporting him. Is that only me? Maybe it's only me. Why would someone target him? I picked on him. Well, I need to work on that. How was I supposed to be mean to him when I know he was to put up with this moron? I might even let him move in my dorm room along with all the other boys who are forced to share a room with Ron. Those poor boys. Maybe that's why the Gryffindors are so mean. They had to put up with Ron and Ginny. That would make me mean. No, that would just make you insane. You're already mean as it is. That would just drive you nuts. I'm just glad he's gone for a bit. We should probably thank Malfoy for that, said Seamus. Cheers to our new roommate, Malfoy, who I like better than Ronald Waring. Ronald wearing? Someone spelled it wrong. I love it. I'm going to keep that in the script. That would be funny. That's a total mood, said Neville. All hail Draco Malfoy, the king of keeping Ron Weasley away from us. I miss 3 minutes, and I come back to see you. I see we've made Malfoy a god, said Harry. This is the story of my life. I miss 3 minutes, and somehow my whole life changes. Do you want to talk about it? Neville asked softly. No, said Harry. Because, with my luck, Ron will be returning. Besides, I have to finish my essay, or else Ron might not be the one to lead me to an inevitable death. I also think I'd rather have Snape. At least, he's not picturing me naked. Harry seemed to relax. At least, I hope not. I might go back in the bathroom and gouge out my eyes. Ron came in, smiling and trying to hug Harry. Oh, my whole body, and a specific place cringed. My whole body, even my toes. And that's, oh my gosh. I'm having muscle spasms. I cringed. The cringe hit me so hard, my whole body hurts. Thanks for your help, dear. Oh, the cringe. The nurse fixed me up. Harry cocked his eyebrow. Really? I think she forgot to check your head. For brain issues. With my extra sharp healing, I heard Seamus mutter. Harry's being nice. It's clear she didn't take one because you can't hurt what you don't have. Damn, these roasts. I wish I'm friends with Seamus and Dean and Neville. They can roast the shit out of people. I want to be their friend because I can help them roast. Well, they don't need help roasting, but I want to help. Harry's being, Ron laughed, which sounded like a dying hyena. That's so funny. Harry looked ready to throw up. Yep, I'm going back to the bathroom and gouging out my eyeballs. I'll be back. He grabbed a book out of his trunk along with a quill and a jar of ink. He took me from where I was sitting on Neville's trunk and placed me on his bed. Good night, dearest, and go to sleep, dear. I stood on my feet, using Harry's arm to lean up against him. I licked his nose, to which he pet my head affectionately. I curled up on his shoulder, choosing that I'd protect him from this evil Weasley. You can't. No bother running a test where they can't have something that's not even there. Oh my gosh, I'm dead from that one. Chapter 2. I know everyone hates me, but who cares? In parentheses, except for Harry Potter. Oh no, it's Ron's POV. Okay. Bishop's Knife Trick. The Fall Out Boy song to listen to. In case you've never heard of it, it's a song I took some verses out of later in the chapter. I hope I'm writing with the lyrics. I was listening to the song while typing the story. Please pardon me if I made a mistake. Don't worry, I won't notice it because for the past couple I haven't listened to a lot of Fall Out Boy for so long. I've listened to some of them and I'm so far behind. So if you made a mistake, I probably won't notice it. Ron's POV. I'm still sitting up, unable to sleep. I look over, hoping to see Harry's lovely face. However, I learned that he pulled the curtains around his bed tight, so I couldn't see him. Great. I'll be awake with no fine art to stare at. Cautiously, I quietly got out of bed. I walked over to Harry's bed, feeling the rich crimson curtain between my fingers. The boy who set my heart racing was hidden by this veil of curtain. Without another thought, I pulled the curtain open. I nearly gasped. My throat went dry. My stuff below the waist almost felt something. My eyes widened at the pure beauty lying a few mere feet from me. There was no way he was human. Bitch, you're gonna learn who he is and if you keep on doing this. He wasn't gonna do this because you were just being an asshole. If you keep on creeping him the fuck out, he's going to put you with your sister in the same fucking place. And I wouldn't, at this point, I would have done it already. If I found out you were taking pictures of me, I would have beat your ass, then put you in the place where your sister is. I don't have time for this bullshit. But you're supposed to put up an act, so damn it. I nearly gasped. Oh wait, blah blah blah. His ebony black hair formed his head, contrasting perfectly against the white of the pillow. His slightly tan skin glowed perfectly under the light of the lamp of the nightstand that Neville insisted belonged in the Gryffindor fourth-year boys' dorms. Coward was afraid of getting up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom and seeing a monster. Same! But the only monster you're going to see is Harry beating your ass. So, I'm all for it. Ugh. Sorry, I'm cringing again. Ugh. His pale rose lips were parted slightly, showing a bit of his teeth. But that's not what really got my heart racing. It did, but not like it was. Not like it was. A pair of tight black shorts hugged Harry's nice ass. Harry's muscled chest was hidden by the similar black material, showing off only enough muscle outline to be a tease. A smidge of his stomach was visible, which showed how thin he was. I bit my lower lip. He shouldn't have been that thin. Sure, he had a nice ass, but otherwise, he was seemingly thin. This shouldn't be. Dean? Is Ron over there? Here's my two best friends. Seamus had poked out of the curtain and hid Dean's bed. I crouched on the floor, my breathing heavy. They couldn't know I love him. They already know. Why aren't you missing your pictures yet? Hi, Mom. She's staying silent, so she's not in the video. Okay. Fucking A, bro. They wouldn't understand, and they would judge me and probably kill me. They are thinking about it. Whoo. Sure, my love was slightly unusual, but nothing that terrible. You took pictures in his sleep. That's gross. First of all, you took a picture of your sister licking his face and kept it under your blanket. And I don't want to know what you did with that. So, good thing that Seamus burned the thing. Or Dean, I don't care. Both of them are like twins, like they're Fred and George. You never know which one does which. Oh. Babe, go to sleep. Wait, what? Babe, wait a minute, they're together? Well, am I Wait, I thought they were together. They did mention that in the beginning of the story, so I think that's true. Said Dean. There were muttered whispers I didn't understand, but Seamus's head went back under the curtain. There were a few adjustments made to the curtain, seemingly being pulled even tighter together. I heard a growling noise. Standing back up, I saw Malfoy snarling at me. That fat ball of fur was going to pay for embarrassing me earlier at dinner, along with driving a wedge between Harry and me. Dude, I know you're a yandere. You're on the balance of being a yandere, which actually he is. He hasn't killed anyone yet, but he has planned to. He's planned to kill his sister in front of Harry. But, anyways, damn. I walked back to my bed, grabbing the small cage Mother had bought me to put Scabbers in, and the ferret might be crammed. But it's not like I cared. I grinned. Summon the filthy Malfoy ferret. The nasty ferret went flying from the end of Harry's bed into my hands. What the fuck? Bitch. I hope he turns into a human. I hope. He just teases him, and all of a sudden, he starts turning back to human, and then he unhooks the cage and opens it. Half human still. Gets out. I'm gonna fuck you up, boy. You put me in a cage, I'll fucking tear you apart. The ferret went flying into my hands. He tried to bite me, which I stopped by squeezing him tightly. He squealed in agony, which made me smile again. I realized that Dean and Seamus could easily wake up, so I stopped. I put him in the cage and quickly made my way out of the dorm. I'm going to hurt you, Malfoy, I whispered softly. By the end of the... You know damn well Harry was not asleep when this was happening. No. Because he knows better. He knows better that Ron has been scheming, so he is going to beat his ass. Because first of all, he was just picking on him. Now he was trying to kill Malfoy. Now he's fucking done. I whispered softly. By the end of tonight, or this morning, whatever one is accurate, you'll be nothing. How can you protect Harry when you can't protect yourself? The walk to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom was quite quiet, save for my internal glee. Once in the bathroom, I turned on the hot water, letting it get boiling hot. I clogged the sink, using the square of glass I summoned. Taking Malfoy out of the cage, I immediately stuck Malfoy's head in the water. He flailed... Oh, boy. Should I even say this? Yes, I should, because it's only harm. It's not finishing it, because if it was actually finishing it, I will not finish the sentence or the rest of the paragraph. He flailed his hands, making me realize just how easy it would be if I snapped his neck. I pulled his... Oh my gosh, I'm going to be demonetized. Ugh. I pulled his head out. I didn't want him to drown. He squealed something terrible. I put his head back under. What the hell do you think you're doing? Harry's voice startled me so much that I dropped Malfoy into the sink. His eyes were irate with anger. His fists were clenched, his arms trembling. He stormed over and immediately took Malfoy out of the sink, cradling him in his arms delicately. How could you? Harry's eyes glimmered darkly. Harry, I can explain. Harry snared at me. How about you shut up? If I were you, I'd go write a letter to your mother to summon a lawyer. He paused. And a well-trained bodyguard. What's a lawyer? I blurt. I could stop it. I blurt out before I could stop it. After I said it, I cringed so hard. Harry was angry at me. I wasn't sure why. Now I only added to his anger. Harry took a deep breath, a very deep breath. Goodbye. I'll see you soon. He whispered something softly to... Oh, wait. Goodbye, I'll see you soon. He whispered something softly to Malfoy. He gently stroked Malfoy's head. When I listened closer, I realized he was singing his voice. I'm going to be demonetized for singing this. His voice was so beautiful and pure. It was the sweetest thing ever. His voice filled with emotion, one I couldn't place. These are the last blues we're ever gonna have. Let's see how deep we get. The glow of the city, the Lord, it is back to the places we never should have left. The last blues we're I can't read. We're ever gonna have. Let's see how deep we get. The glow of the city and the Lord, it is back to the place we never should have left. The lust, the lust. Harry's voice continued to sing, but I could no longer make out the words. He was long gone. The serenity in his voice brought me back to my current circumstances. What was it? I was deader than dead. Okay. Author's note. Please never actually do this to an animal. I hate animal abusers with a burning passion. Like, you don't even want to know how the large amount. I shouldn't have to include this, but I will anyway. Anyways, she didn't want to include that into the message, but she has to because a lot of people actually do it for no reason, actually, which sucks. Anyways, on a more happy note, I've been able to spend more time with my little dog when I'm home. She's my shadow and she's my shadow pretty much. Here's my little baby. I even formatted the pictures and everything. And yeah, she's sitting in my chair while I sit on the floor. Aw, that's cute. I'm not going to put these on the video, but if you want to see the pictures, I always, always, I don't, but go in the description and read the story. It's my last when is this chapter? Well, son of a biatch. Of course, it's a Harry Potter ad. Get out of here! Okay, anyways. I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Put on push notifications. What the hell is this? Okay, put on push notifications, and it's chapter 12 that just happened. And I hope you like, comment, share if you want. If you want it, like, spread the word of against animal abuse, and because people still do it, sadly. Even if he was a little git, but he was turning into a nice person after he actually met someone who he was teasing, and he was trying to protect him, and he was almost drowned to death because he almost was drowned because of that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like, comment, share. I was gonna quote. Why was I gonna quote him? I was gonna quote Mac Does It. Blah! Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Be happy, be healthy, and always be loving. Bye bye.